Okay, so we moved some furniture out of this area that we're going to be working on today. Just wanted to show you a few things. There's a distinct line where there's no traffic areas. I don't know if you can see that well, but I'll show you some areas. There's some kind of yucky looking discoloration stuff here that's not dirt. That is actually somebody had waxed the ceramic tile. Here's a good depiction of it here. You can see where it runs along the walls here. Okay, you see that area there. Maybe I can get a better shot. There you go. But you see all of this discoloration here. This is just wax. And what happened is it was put on there. And by the way, do not wax ceramic tile. Do not wax any tile, okay? Unless it's a VCT type tile. But don't wax any of the stone-based tiles. Okay, it doesn't work. It might shine for a couple of months, but it's going to cause more damage than it's worth. Anyhow, this is what I've got to remove first. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that here in just 1 second with the things that I bought today from my Dollar Tree haul. Let's get ready to damage. Okay, so I've got my new gloves from the Dollar Tree, my scrubber, my spray, my bucket with some clean water and a sponge. This area here has some old wax. This is a heavy traffic area, it's all worn off. What we're going to do is take the spray, generous amount. Okay. Tough on grease. Hey, cleans and degreases, does lots of things. And a generous amount of spray on there, let it sit for a second. And get this scrubby a little damp here. And we're going to just take it off. Get this wax off. It's coming right off. It's not coming off hard at all. Ceramic tiles are not a very porous surface, unlike the grout lines itself. Actually looking really good on the base as well. Okay. Take the sponge. Bring it out real good. Push this water up. Clean the base at the same time here. Get a bunch of that excess. Get some clean water on that. Okay. My rag. Dry it up. And there you go. End results. Completely cleaned. Again, you see where it picks up again along the wall over here and here. Completely clean. That's all there is to it. Okay, so I just got done cleaning this area with the spray cleaner that I told you about. Dollar Tree, $1. Took me a matter of, I don't know, 10 minutes. And look at the tile. The luster of the tile has actually come back with a mere scrubby, some cleaner, my sponge, bucket of warm water, and just a simple wipe over. Look at that. Okay, so I've got the area cleaned. Got my tools that I need to remove the grout here. I'm going to shop back. And I'm going to try one of these other hidden redeeming features of Dollar Tree. Take a break and have my snack before we get started. After that, let's get ready to damage. Okay, so we're now ready to go. Start removing some of this old grout. I'm going to show you how I actually plan on doing that. This is a tool that I bought from Home Depot. You can get it in any hardware stores. It's a simple hand tool. This is what I call my roughing tool. This does all the real heavy work. It runs about just under $10 at Home Depot, Lowe's. You can get it in the hardware store. Just go to the tile sections and you'll find these tools to remove grout. Multiple types. Very inexpensive but very effective. This is what I call my finishing tool. Okay? This tool I use after I use this particular tool, just to get a nice smooth finish so that my grout adheres to the old grout. I'm going to take about 1/4 inch of grout off of this floor. I want to make sure that I get enough so that the old grout, being a different color, doesn't bleed through. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I remove the grout. I'm going to take my roughing tool we went over earlier. I'm just going to take a small amount. I'm not going to try to gouge it in there. I'm going to ride it kind of at an angle along the edge of each tile, trying to get close to the opposite side. And I'm just going to keep going back and forth. Again, I'm not trying to dig down the middle. I'm trying to get the edge of each tile, like so. Try to get the residue off the edge of the tile. I'm not trying to go deep. I'm going to go an 1/8 to 1/4 inch. And there we have it. Then I'm going to take my finishing tool and ride it in there, just so I can get it. I'm not pushing hard. You can see where it's turning to powder. I'm getting a smooth finish so that I can get a good bond with my new grout. I'm going to take my shot back. What happens is I still see a little bit of brown, the old brown residue along the edge of the tile. I'm going to take my roughing tool, get in there nice and close, get that off because I don't want that to show through my new grout. If it were the same color, it probably wouldn't be an issue. So we're going to take that off. Finish tool again, just to ride in there, nice surface. And there you have it, an area of floor that is ready for new grout. It's approximately, I'd say about 1/4 inch deep. Now, I'm going to do as much as I can to the rest of the floor. And we'll get back to applying the new grout shortly. Okay, so we've got a good area of floor here, all cleaned up, ready for grout. I did find something interesting. The 3 little brushes that I bought from Dollar Tree this morning actually did come in handy. The silver one is a stiff, and the brass is a kind of a medium stiffness, medium hardness, and the black one's just a basic bristle. But the stiff one actually worked quite well for me. The residue that was along the edge of the tile, I was able to get this in there and remove it pretty quickly. So another beneficial haul from the Dollar Tree. So let's walk through a few of these tools that we're going to need to apply the grout. This is basically a rubber trowel. You can get these at the hardware store. I got this at Home Depot. It cost me approximately $6. It's complete rubber. It's real soft. It's flexible. And it's got a great handle so I can apply and put pressure and use this thing in any direction that I like, getting into the corners and everything else. I'll show you that in a minute. Also, I've got my bucket that I bought this morning. Another Dollar Tree item, coming in very handy. It's full of clean water. It's got my new rags in it. that I showed you earlier. It's got my sponge. And that's about it. Just a bucket of clean water is all we're going to need. Now the grout. Multiple types of grout. Grout comes in big containers, small containers, sanded grout, non-sanded grout. Comes in a bag where you can mix it yourself. Weighs about 30-40 pounds. This particular job I prefer the pre-mixed grout. Comes in multiple colors, as you can see on the side here. This one is color number 105, and that is the actual color of the grout when it dries. It'll go on a little bit lighter than that, but when it dries it'll reach that color. Again, this is pre-mixed. All you have to do is open the cover. It can be a little tough here. I cut it with a knife first. And as you can see, it's pre-mixed and it is ready to apply. Okay, this bucket cost approximately $35 to $40. It'll do probably about 400 to 500 square feet of a 12 by 12 tile, which is what we have here today. So, one other helpful hint. I went back over and vacuumed the area. Make sure there was all the grit was removed, there wasn't any granulars down in the grooves, so that when I apply this grout I have a nice clean surface. So I wiped everything down. Another helpful hint is if you're using a shop vac like I do, be picky about your filters. Make sure that you get a filter that is a small particle dust filter. They cost approximately $25, but it's well worth it. You can take it out and clean it. Shop vacs have a tendency of blowing the dust back out into the room. These filters don't allow it to do that. They take a little more cleaning, but you don't destroy the entire house with a cloud of fine dust like we had here today. That's a very helpful thing. Just please remember that. You don't want to blow sheetrock dust or this fine particle dust throughout the house, so you'll be cleaning forever. Just another helpful hint. And let's get started. Okay, so let's get started applying the grout. Oh, and another thing I found. It's a wonderful tool that I got at Dollar Tree this morning for $1. Has a great use. I've already got a couple uses. I've been using it as a scraper, but it also has been helpful to remove my grout from my container and apply it in areas where I need it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You see how the grout is more of a pasty type material. I'm just going to apply some with this. Just kind of get it in the areas where I need. I'm not covering the whole tile. I'm just forcing it into the grooves. I'm not using a lot of pressure here. Take all this residuals. Real good. My trowel is also going to help me move this around. This helps me get close to the wall. Get up in there tight. Okay. Down into the grooves. Okay, now let's get with the trowel here. Alright. My rubber trowel, this is a very important tool. Okay. It allows me to push the grout into the crack and remove the residual at the same time. And what I'm doing here is I'm pulling this grout to my other lines. Okay. Because of the corners on it, like I said, it's very simple to get close to the wall with it. It's very flexible. I'm able to get close to the wall, pull it back, use all this residual grout here. We don't need all this residue. This trowel actually helps pull a lot of that off because we're going to have to wash the residual off here in a minute. Okay. Alright, so I've got a pretty good area done. And you can see how quickly that went. Okay, I'm going to get rid of I'm going to pull a little bit more, trying to get some of this extra residue off. Number one, I don't want to waste it. And number two, it shortens my cleaning time. I'm trying to get this grout placed. Okay, so we're done. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my sponge. I'm rinsing my sponge out in clean water. I'm wringing it out really well. Let me lift this up so you can see. Okay, so you can see where we've applied our grout. And all I'm going to do is, I'm not going to push. I'm just going to take the damp sponge, pull it across the floor. You can see where it's getting off the extra residue, the extra grout. It's removing it. And it's also doing another function. It's putting a little water in my grout, and it's allowing my grout to be a nice smooth finish. Okay, I'm going to continue to do this, wringing out my sponge, keeping it clean. Okay, I'm trying to get the residue off the floor at this time. Okay. Alright, now you can see there's still basically a film on there. You could let this dry, but it'd be a little hard to take off. What I like to do is take the rag, which I bought, nice soft rag, another Dollar Tree item, and not put any pressure. I don't want to take any of the grout out of my grout lines. Okay, I just want to basically clean the surface of the floor to make it easier down the road. And there you have it. A section of grouted tile. Very simple, anyone can do this. It's very inexpensive. One more thing that I wanted to let you all know is yes, they do make tools to remove the grout, but they're somewhat expensive. The average homeowner, especially if you're on a budget and you want to do this, you don't need to be spending that kind of money. You can still get this job done. Unless you wanted to rent tools, there's also a bunch of rental places out there that have multiple tools that you can rent. Speeds up the process a little bit, but you're still down there on your hands and knees and by hand and looking to remove the excess. So I just prefer to use small hand tools, and the end result, I've already done the kitchen and I can show you how that came out. Let me zoom in on it for you. Okay, there you have it. Kitchen is completely done. Walk you over to the other area where I stopped. I stopped right here at this doorway, and you can see the difference in the new grout. The new grout is a brown, quite a bit lighter. And over there, of course, is the old grout that I still have to remove in the rest of that room. But the kitchen, let me turn the light off here, maybe you get a better view of it. The kitchen has been completed. So basically that inexpensive material I bought to clean the floor has served its purpose. Okay, just finished the regrout on another big area of living space. Got all the furniture put back, painted the base, sealed everything. Time for some happy music.